All right, so Chris is here. Took long enough. Called man like 3 times. Texted him twice.
Man, I need a day off. I was sleeping. I'm so sorry.
Hey, it's all good. You're here now, okay? He
Yeah.
he he caught me before I finished packing to get on the road.
So you
So
telling me that I'm delaying your time to
no, no,
get on the road?
no, no. You caught me from packing. I'm not getting on the
Oh,
road for like another 2 hours or so. Um,
okay.
yeah. All right. So we're here to talk about Spider-Man: Brand New Day, directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, stars Tom Holland, Zendaya, Jacob Batalon, Sadie Sink, John Bernthal, Mark Ruffalo, Liza Colon Zayas, and I just had his name, and Michael Mando, um, Naomi Watts. Am I missing anybody?
Mm, mm, no, not that I could think of. No. I mean, Marissa Tomei was there without
Marissa
spoiling
Tomei. Um,
anything. Yeah.
yeah, and Amon Esfandi, who played MJ's boyfriend. All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
movie takes place after the events of No Way Home, where we see MJ and Ned getting ready to go to MIT. Peter has basically become a recluse. We jump forward 4 years after MJ and Ned graduate MIT. Peter has become Spider-Man 24/7, ends up bumping into Ned in a bodega, where Ned has built up a addiction to energy drinks. He goes to their housewarming party, sees MJ and her boyfriend. Peter low-key crashes out, gets organic weapon, does a DNA test on himself, sees that his spider hormones are higher than his human hormones, goes to Banner for advice about, the inhibitor that keeps the Hulk at bay. Then they have a very lengthy discussion about the ethics of and what's good and what's bad and what should you suppress and whatnot. Peter basically doesn't listen, makes his own inhibitor, um, comes across a body jumper, um, who has taken possession of an old lady who is going after damage control, looking for something called VMAX. And we come across William Metzger, who is the head of damage control, who just straight up lies to Spider-Man throughout this entire movie. Oh, I forgot Tremel Tillman.
Yes.
Yeah,
Of
so
course. You can't forget him.
yeah. And so the body jumper finds out that Spider-Man is Peter Parker, somehow gets into his apartment and threatens MJ. Peter goes to MJ, tries to keep her safe. Body jumper gets into MJ, throws her off a building. Peter is able to snap a picture of the alleged body jumper, finds out that it's Jean Grey, and we get the reason why Jean Grey is doing all this. So, Damage Control took Jean Grey's sister, Sarah, and she is looking for her because the last thing Sarah told her was VMAX. We get a flashback of Sarah and Jean, testing out their powers in the park when Sarah gets abducted by Damage Control. Jean ends up taking possession of the Hulk and getting into damage control. MJ tells Frank, go help. Frank kind of makes things worse when he gets possessed by Jean and, almost kills everybody in damage control until Spider-Man puts the inhibitor on her neck. And Jean is then studied by damage control, almost pushed to her limits, when then she realizes that VMAX was the last thing her sister saw before she died because it was the name of the company that made the AC unit. Jean basically has the psychic block broken, and she now has control of her telekinesis. Also, puts up a telepathic bubble that basically puts a whole borough of New York in like a coma state. Frank says the only way to take this girl out is to kill her. Jean is about to kill Metzger when Spider-Man shows up and finally decides to embrace, both sides of himself, both Peter Parker and Spider-Man, and saves Jean from getting shot. Jean keeps Spider-Man alive in the hospital while Frank watches over him, sneaks out, starts to get that work-life balance right. Jean gets on a bus to upstate New York. Peter meets up with Ned in a bodega, introduces himself as Peter, does the handshake, and that's the end of the movie. Then we get a end credit scene of the Spidey tracker that Ned made, showing that Spider-Man is no longer in Queens, but is out in space. All right. Go, Chris, because you had some thoughts about this movie, and I'm going to try to clarify as much of it as I can as possible because I know you don't read comics, and I got to give you some comics to read for starters.
You should, because I don't really understand the relationship between Spider-Man and Jean Grey. I don't understand why she was even in it. I don't know why the second half of the movie was basically about her, and it's a Spider-Man movie. I was very
Man, you
confused at
corny.
that. The villains that they teased were only in it for like a couple of seconds. I think Scorpion got more of that screen time with maybe 5 minutes compared to Tombstone, Captain Boomerang. I forgot who
It's
else they
just
showed.
Boomerang. Captain Boomerang is the Flash. It's just Boomerang in Marvel.
Oh, it was this boom. Okay. So I was just very confused on why those things were happening. And then
Because it was
it,
just showing what he's been doing in those 4 years since No Way Home.
no, I understand that, but this is Spider-Man, man. Like, there's millions and millions of villains that you could have used, but you chose to use Jean Grey as the villain through half of the movie, and then you get to the last 10 minutes, and then you know about, was it the damage control and what they did to her sister and all of that stuff. I just felt like this was just more of a setup for X-Men. I don't feel like that should have been in a Spider-Man movie. My positives on it though, I think Destin did a great job directing it. I thought that he brought a different style, fighting style, web slinging style to,
Why?
it was something different. Huh?
You know why?
Why is that?
They actually did some actual web swinging. A lot of that was practical.
Was it?
Yeah, they had him literally like on a train. I mean, not on a train, like on a bus connected to a harness going through a city and literally web swinging.
Oh wow. But it was good. It was great. Like the
Yeah.
visuals, the effects were great. The storyline, it just felt to me like, all right, that the writers, I think they had like four different writers.
Two.
Every writer, two writers, that's it?
Yeah, it's the same guys who worked on the last two movies.
Okay, well, I felt like one person wrote one movie, the other person wrote another movie, and you blended it. So it didn't seem like it was cohesive to me. Um, I don't think that Ned and MJ had a lot to do with this. Like, I think it was more you just show them to, get the audience attention, but I don't really feel like they should have even been a part of the story because it just was a waste. If you're gonna do all of this, you should have did it in the beginning of the movie. Like, it just didn't make any sense in them being in there, especially when you introduced MJ, not MJ, Jean Grey as the villain. Like, it wasn't really that much for them after that. Like, I felt like it was a lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
I felt like you already got the emotional Spider-Man in the last half of No Way Home. Is it No Way Home?
Yes.
So I don't think they needed to make it another emotional movie. I think in the first half they could have, but I just felt like it was a lot of dialogue, just unnecessary dialogue, very drawn out. It wasn't a traditional Spider-Man movie for me. If you were gonna do that, you should have said Spider-Man and Jean Grey, like how you did the Deadpool versus Wolverine movie. Like, it should have just been that because that's what it was about. Like,
Well, they kept Gina secret for a reason. Like,
wasn't
even
that
though
much of a secret.
I was about to say, even though it's the most obvious secret out there, I was trolling people on the podcast saying that, oh, maybe she is the Spider Queen because there is a Spider-Man comic. It's called Spider-Man Disassembled, where there's this chick. Her name is Anna Cirio. She actually teamed up with Captain America like back in the 40s, and she can control like the insect brain of people. So like jump off of cliffs, and she couldn't control Spider-Man.
Right.
But she did like catch him and like basically turned him into a giant spider, and he got organic webbing from that, even though it
Oh,
was temporary.
and,
So this,
go
huh?
ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, so this movie takes elements from a bunch of different storylines that I can think of that I've read from Spider-Man comics. Obviously, Spider-Man No Way Home takes from Spider-Man One More Day. The only difference is Peter doesn't make a deal with the devil to save Aunt May. Um, but he does make everybody forget that he was Spider-Man because that takes place after he revealed his identity in Civil War.
Mm. Okay,
Um,
okay.
but Brand New Day, as far as the comic goes, that was basically them kind of square one-ing Peter. So I get that. Because, before it was 3 movies with Spider-Boy as opposed to, Spider-Man. And there's also a arc, I can't remember who wrote it. It's called Spider-Man 24/7, where Peter doesn't even like have a job. He's just literally doing Spider-Man stuff all around the clock. There's also one called The Other, where Peter basically gets beaten to death and gets reborn. He gets a whole new set of powers, like a lot of the stuff that's in this movie. The heightened senses, organic webbings. He's a lot stronger. He can actually carry people on his back now. So instead of just being able to just stick to walls with like his hands and his feet, it's all over his body. He also gets these barbs that come out of his wrist, kind of like if Wolverine's like actually no Wolverine's son, he has a third claw that comes out like his wrist as opposed to like where his the weapon in
Knuckles.
between his hands.
Okay.
So yeah. So like that's a lot of that stuff. But I get the Jean Grey thing. I didn't have an issue with it, honestly. It felt like a perfect setup for that character just to show that everybody knows Jean Grey is like one of the most flawed X-Men of all time. Like she's never done anything like this without being possessed by the Phoenix Force, to the best of my knowledge. I mean, I haven't read 60, 70 years of X-Men comics, mainly read Spider-Man, but I've read some X-Men stuff, and like I just listened to X-Men for Dummies, and I didn't even know Jean had a sister until like a few weeks ago.
I didn't know that either. I was going to ask you about that, you being a more comic book fan than me.
Yeah,
Because
but
I didn't know she had a sister.
Yeah, I don't know if Sarah was a mutant because the Wikipedia didn't say it or anything like that. In some universes, she is, and some she's not. But I honestly didn't have any problem with it. I mean, at the end of the day, what would you do if organization took somebody close to you? So I get the motivation behind it, but like I saw people complaining about VMAX. I'm like, were y'all not paying attention to the movie? They showed what VMAX was. It was the last thing her sister saw before she died.
Yeah, I had to kind of I honestly I dozed
You
off in
what?
some of it. So
Oh my god, bro.
yeah, man, it was bad. To me, it was bad. But it's just like who cares? Why? So let me ask you. So did Spider-Man and Jean Grey ever team up in the comic books outside of Spider-Man with the X-Men? Did him and Jean Grey have a solo thing? Because I've never heard of that neither.
No, it's usually Spider-Man and Wolverine. But
Okay.
like I said, this is like low key a setup for the X-Men. Like, I don't know if you saw, but allegedly Samara Weaving was cast as Emma Frost.
Yep.
Kit Connor is allegedly Cyclops.
Cyclops. No, I think that's official now,
And they've
bro.
low key been introducing mutants for like the past 5, 6 years.
Yeah, that's cool. Do it like in a 5 second clip. Do an Easter egg or something. But I just felt like no, especially with what they were trying to do. They were trying to introduce a more emotional, mature Spider-Man,
Mm-hmm.
and I just felt like that got overtaken by Jean Grey. So once Jean Grey was introduced, then all of the stuff that he was going through, it just disappeared. That's why I said it was like they made 2 different movies. And like after that, it was like, what is there left to do with like Jean? Obviously, once we knew it was Jean Grey, everybody knows like, okay. But we know that she's not really the villain. So it just wasn't great. Well, I didn't care for it. That's probably a Spider-Man movie I'll never see again. I'm just gonna act like it just never happened.
I think you're gonna watch it again on Disney Plus, and
No,
hopefully you stay awake.
no. I still haven't gone back to watch Captain America 4. No, no.
that movie has a lot of issues, but that movie also went through a lot of retooling and reshoots. Like several people were in that movie that got cut out. Like a wrestler from WWE was in the movie. Like they like scrapped like the whole Serpent Society stuff just to put in Giancarlo Esposito. So Marvel really does need to stop doing that. But they
Marvel
didn't
needs
do
a
it.
big overhaul
Yeah.
because
But
this is not it. That Spider-Man movie wasn't it. Now me, I'm just one of a few people that say they don't like it. Obviously, it's doing numbers, so who's gonna listen to me?
I mean,
But
yeah, I mean, it made $1
it,
billion in 6 days.
yeah,
It's
and
literally like
it's
right behind Endgame.
so they going through development of 5. So
Yeah.
okay,
So don't even be like, hey, y'all ready to work on 5? Not yet.
yeah, no. So I just felt like they should, if you're gonna do that story with Jean Grey and her sister and VMAX, it should have been something else that they could have introduced that part of. If you're gonna do in the beginning of the Avengers movie, do that. But I just didn't see the point in putting it in a Spider-Man movie. It
I
just
get it.
didn't make no sense.
It's New York, man. Why is every superhero in New York for starters?
You know
Like,
what? Somebody asked me the same question the other day. Like, why is that? Isn't Stan Lee from New York?
yeah, and that's the reason why, because he pretty much created a majority of these heroes. So he's always said that Marvel is the world outside your window. And, he would just look outside and be like, oh, there's Yancey Street. Okay, let's make the thing from Yancey Street. And, I got a friend from Queens. Let's make Peter Parker from Queens. So on and so forth.
Yeah, that was dope. But yeah, man. And honestly, the I had such high expectations for Spider-Man. I had my shirt. I had the comic strip of Spider-Man and the Hulk fighting. Like I was in there, like I was ready. And then I'm just like, yeah, no. So now that makes
So
me
did you
skeptical on
anything
the
from the
event.
movie?
Huh?
Did you even like anything from the movie? Like,
Yes. I'm so glad you asked me. Yes,
yeah, let's
you
get
know what
into
I,
it. 'Cause
you
you
know
just
what
been
I,
like shitting on
you,
the movie for like the past like
I liked a
15
couple of
minutes.
things. The number one thing I liked from the movie was the soundtrack. That loser song while they was in the train, that
Yeah.
song is fire. I've been listening to that song all week. Love that song.
Shout out to
And
Tame Impala. I'm
yes,
glad just finding out about Tame Impala. I've been listening to Tame Impala for like a decade.
you didn't put me on, man. Like I
I
could have.
told you. Okay, I got listen to his album Currents and listen to The Less I Know the Better. That's the first song I heard, and like that song just it pops up in reels all the time.
That once I heard that song in the movie, I was like, that song was in my head for like the rest of it. So
Yeah,
I was like, okay, I like this. And I've been playing it at work and in my car since then. So that's probably the best thing I took away from it. But
really.
I really did I love the fighting scene with the hand. I thought that again, the style that Daniel Destin brought to the movie was phenomenal. Like the visual, everything. The first person like in the video game and the pigeons was on them, like that was dope. But yeah, but this just the storyline. The storyline is bad. Like it's terrible. It's
Yeah,
terrible.
you're the only person I know who said that. But
No,
you are also a very critical individual when it
I
comes to
am.
movies.
I'm critical, period. I'm very critical. But
Like
yes,
Jared is
I
always saying, like studios should put me, you, and him in a movie in like a room for like pitches.
you should. You should.
I'm like Chris ain't gonna like nothing.
No, I'm probably not. But I
I'm like
like a
Chris
good
is the only. I'm like you, the only person I know who George also who didn't like Chronicle.
no, I'm and funny thing, me and Jared went to go see Chronicle together.
I was
And
with y'all. Ooh,
oh,
that
you
was when
was
he
there
told.
too?
That's when he told us Megan was pregnant.
Oh, oh, wait, what? No,
Yes, it was because
no.
we were downtown
We were
at City
city
Point.
place.
Yeah, yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Oh wow. I didn't know he was married then.
yeah.
I thought it was like 2007 or 8. When did it
No,
come out?
Chronicle come out like 13,
Really?
like 12 or 13.
Yeah,
No,
Chronicles
it had
was
to be 13 because Jerry got married at the end of 2012.
No, he got married at the end of 2011.
Yeah, that's right. So Chronicle came out 12 then.
Okay, but no, wasn't it? No, Chronicles is terrible. But it did. Well, look at what it did to Michael B. Jordan's career, though. That kind of set him up.
Yeah.
So, but yes, very, very bad movies.
So
Yes,
so
yes.
what else did you like besides the Tame Impala song and the fighting?
That's
You didn't
probably
like
it.
what's going on with
No,
Peter, you know.
I just felt I really wanted them to. I thought they were gonna do Man Spider from the preview. I really wanted them to focus more on that. You wasted Keith David's voice because I
Keith
thought,
David is fine, bro. He just got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
yeah, but it was just like, why hype it up like that? They were trying to say he was a character named Nightmare. I wanted to see something
I
like
never
that.
saw that, bro. Bro,
I
you
did
hear
on
his voice?
Twitter,
I I didn't hear nothing about
and
him
then
being like
and then he turns up to be a freaking National Geographer doing sound bites and voiceovers. Like, come on, man! Like, the preview was 10 times better than the actual movie. It really was.
you real picky, bro.
You wasted kid. How you gonna waste that voice? Come on,
he,
man.
he
You
did what he
can't.
had to do. He was like, I'll do it for $30,000.
Nah, man. You wasted that voice. It's too.
One line.
It's
Spiders got
too.
a
It's
rebirth,
too.
blah 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 blah.
Nah. It's
He's
two
like, all right,
voices you could never waste when you do a movie. That's Morgan Freeman and that's Keith David. You can't waste that, man. You can't do
you
that.
clearly never saw Wanted because they wasted Morgan Freeman in that movie.
And Wanted?
Yeah,
Nah, I don't think so.
that
I
movie
don't
was
think so.
trash.
Well, I love that movie, and I'm gonna watch it when I get off from here.
I'm gonna go to my storage and I'm gonna get the comic for Wanted, and it's 100 times better than that movie. Like they didn't know what they want to do. For starters, it's not a fraternity of assassins. It's a fraternity of fucking supervillains. They took over the world.
Oh, that's what it. Oh, it was. Wait, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, once again, I'm gonna get some comics out of storage. Let you borrow them. Like here, man, take as much time as you want.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna
But
have
yeah,
to give me that comic book.
yeah. But yeah, man. I liked. I had no notes about this movie besides what does Peter do for work?
That's another thing too. They didn't, at least go through it. He wasn't going to school either. So
Yeah,
I was kind of like, okay, so where is he at now? Because again, that's another thing on Twitter. People are talking about, oh yeah, he has all this equipment and all this, setups in his apartment. But what's his job?
yeah. Like I actually found an article when I was like looking for stories to do this week, and I'm just gonna go over some of the things that like it was all the burning questions we have after Spider-Man: Brand New Day. So
Mhm.
we already touched on that one. What does Peter? How does Peter make money? Um, Here's the other one. This one I just throw like as a MacGuffin. Like, what happened on Staten Island with Frank and Spider-Man? Does it really matter? It's the same thing about what happened in Budapest with Hawkeye and Black Widow.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah. This one was a dumb one. It said, where did that Aunt May scene take place? It clearly takes place after Homecoming when he gets the suit back from Tony because the bag is right there on the side of the bed that says, I believe this is yours. The other one is, how did Jean find Peter? Probably just jumped into somebody and saw where he was going and just like lingered. Only thing how did Jean get to MJ before Peter? Possibly the same type of situation after he webbed up the helicopter. They got the pilot out and she just jump.
It was like watching a superhero version of Falling. You remember Falling with Denzel
Never saw
Washington?
all. That's one of the inspirations from. So that's one of the inspirations from. For this movie, but I never saw Fallen.
Wow, I'm surprised. Very good
Um,
movie. You should watch it. Then you'll see, like, yeah, they totally copied everything as far as Jean Grey goes from that movie.
yeah. So they said, where does Jean Grey go in the end? I'm guessing she's going to Westchester. So
Yep, that's the setup. I think that new X-Men movie is probably gonna focus on her. Like, I think she's gonna be the character that you follow through the movie as opposed to like Wolverine. I think they're gonna um wrap it around her. So I think
Yeah.
that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, here's a dumb one. How did Jean and her sister get their powers? They're mutants. All right.
Who's asking that question?
This is from this is an article on Gizmodo.
Oh, okay.
It's like, does this one even matter? What happened to MJ's boyfriend? No one cares.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody
Yeah.
cares.
This one. How much do Ned and MJ remember now? I don't think they remember anything, honestly.
I think the last part,
You think Ned
it was
remembers?
I think it was like muscle memory. I'll take that
That,
from what I read. That's
that's
like a
what I've been
muscle
saying.
memory thing.
Yeah, like even Jacob Batalon said, it's probably just muscle memory. And he just, realized who Peter was because when MJ said, "Peter, be careful," and he was like, Spider-Man's name is Peter. So he probably just put two and two together at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I didn't hate that last part. I just felt like it, like I said, it was just too much. Like you gave Jean Grey way too much screen time. Like I didn't even think it was gonna be like that. Um so I guess they're gonna try to introduce damage control and them going after the other mutants, I guess, in this X-Men movie. So
Maybe, or since Metzger disappeared, he might be making a new thing because he is in the comics, but he's not a part of Damage Control. I can't remember what this group is called. Let me look this up real quick. It's called like the Coalition of like Mutants or whatever. Let me look this up. He appeared in the Children of the Atom. Yeah, he's part of an anti-mutant militia. It doesn't say what the group is called.
yeah, I try to read a little bit about it, but I didn't really get that much information on it. So
Yeah.
we'll see. But watching this movie has made me very less skeptical on seeing the Avengers. Like I'm not even hyped to see it anymore.
Well, I think that's just because of the pivot. 2 years ago with firing Jonathan Majors and bringing back Robert Downey Jr. I don't think anybody's for that movie. So
nobody's excited for that. So did you guys like it? Because I know you guys were gonna go see it together. So did every one of them like it?
Yeah, we all liked it.
That suck.
They said, "Will Peter and MJ get back together?" Don't know yet. I mean, they might. Possible.
I think the story is closed. I think that the Tom Holland arc should be over. What else is there to really get into? You could have done it with 4 and you didn't. So I just feel like what are you gonna go? Where are you gonna go with 5? Like I just know that pass it on to Miles Morales or find another Peter Parker, but that whole MJ, Ned, and all of that, it's done. What else is there's nothing more to tell.
Your phone died. Your video cut out. I mean, not died, but
I got
there you go.
yeah.
Went to sleep. All right. So they said, when specifically is this in the MCU timeline? So this is a thing I also saw that people were like kind of confused about. And I actually have a book about this. Hold on one second. Let me go grab it. Take 2 seconds. So I keep telling everybody they need to go shell out $40, $50 or whatever. If you like Marvel movies, and get this book. Yeah, $50. So this is the official MCU timeline. This basically has everything up until I believe Brave New World. So this like has what if in it and everything. So like you can look up when Spider-Man No Way Home ends, which is 2020. So we're in the future. We're in 2028 with this movie. Because everybody always forgets about the 5-year time.
Yes, because I saw it. Yes, because I was wondering that because when he was at Aunt May's grave, it said 2024.
Yep.
So I was like, yeah, that's not 4 years. So yeah, you're right.
See, I even just flipping around. Fall 2024, the death of May Parker is probably blurred because I got my background blurred.
I get it. Okay.
But yeah. So
So I wonder why they made it like. I wonder why they did that.
Well, jump forward 4 years.
Not jump forward 4 years, but why is 4 years 2028 for them? Like in the MCU world, it's 2028. So what is the significance of 2028? Is
There's
there
no significance.
something? There's
They're
none.
just trying to stay ahead now, just because like the timeline was so confusing. People were thinking like Avengers takes, because the way they did it in the comics, they released a comic like right before Avengers came out. It was called Fury's. I think it's called Fury's like Big Week or something like that. Because the events of Iron Man 1 and 2, well, Iron Man, Incredible Hulk all take place within like the span of a week. Or is it? No, I'm sorry. Iron Man is like a week. Incredible Hulk and Iron Man 2 are 6 months after Iron Man 1. So if you go back and watch Iron Man 2, when Fury is talking to Tony, they're showing the Hulk footage in the background.
Mm.
Yeah, and Captain America is also like in that same like time period. So like at that point, you would think like Avengers takes place in 2010, but at that time they were trying to keep things in like real time. That's why,
Okay.
like, if you go back and watch Endgame, it says 2012, and like this book actually like breaks down like everything to like a minute detail. Like it's like it starts in I think 1900. It might even like go all the way like to the beginning. Yeah, so it says the distant past, and it starts with like Eternals, and like
Okay.
this is like literally like a very good way to keep track of everything up until a certain point.
Okay.
So yeah, I think they just wanted to like jump ahead just so like they kind of have like a straight line as far as where they're going, because everyone's like, wait, when did Steve Rogers come out the ice? When did Endgame? I mean, not Endgame. When did the Civil War happen, and so on and so forth, and things like that.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know that either. What was that? What else was I gonna ask you? I was gonna ask you if you so you said you liked the movie. So what do you
Yep.
think about this rumor that Marvel is not doing right by minority characters?
Oh, I talked
Because
about
they
that in the podcast last week because they canceled Wonder Man.
Yep.
Apparently, everybody had already signed their contracts for the second season.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the views were like, just because Marvel doesn't really post that stuff because it's different for streaming versus linear television.
Mm-hmm.
We still don't know what's going on with the Armor Wars movie, because it was originally supposed to be a show, but they're doing it into a movie. So, and obviously, you know, Blade is dead. So, yeah, they really do need to like showcase some characters of color, even women characters, but make sure they're done right. Like, I'm pretty I like the Marvels, but that wasn't the director's vision.
Mm-hmm.
And now everybody's like, oh, she can't direct for shit. Nia DaCosta directed 2021's Candyman.
That was not a good movie either.
You didn't like Candyman?
Absolutely not.
Well, you picky as fuck. Did you watch any of the 28 years later movies?
I saw parts of it. That's not my genre, so I didn't watch it completely.
She directed the second one, and like the people I know who saw it liked it, but everyone was like, "Oh crap, this is the lady who directed the Marvel, so we're not going to go see this." And she did a movie with Tessa Thompson, I believe. I think it's called Hedda.
She did do a movie that I liked. I just don't think that's her. That should not be her thing. The Marvel and I get it why she would do it, why she took it, but no, she wasn't. She wasn't the person for that. And even like with the Blade movies and the rumors that I heard, that one they were set in the 1920s, and then they wanted to basically do a period piece on Blade. And I'm like, why would you do that? Like that's stupid.
I mean, Blade wasn't a character who wasn't really modernized until the movie. He was like straight, still like in the 50s or 60s. Blade looked like a bootleg version of Robin. He had like orange and green tights and a green mask and a high collar. I'm not making this up. Like
I don't want to see it.
And an afro.
I don't want to see it. I don't want that idea to this goal. No, I'm good.
But it is what it is. It's dead. But yeah. So they just really do need to get some people in there. Like I don't know what's been going on at Marvel. Like lately, it just seems like they just get like a bunch of comedy writers to write stuff, and I really feel like that's hurting them more than helping them. Like I know you didn't like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. A lot of people didn't like it. I had notes, but that was written by somebody who worked on Rick and Morty.
You know, the funny thing is, when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, this is not that bad. It's okay." I would watch it again, and then I'll watch it again maybe a year later or 2 years later, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this movie's terrible. This movie's
But yeah,
bad."
yeah, and the other thing I saw everybody complaining about Brand New Day, there wasn't a fight at the end. It's like every movie doesn't need to end in a big fight.
Yes, it does. Yes,
No,
it does. This is Spider-Man we're talking about.
I'm gonna definitely give you Spider-Man because not every fight ends in every battle doesn't end in a huge fight.
But that's what I'm saying. But what they did with this Jean Grey character, it was like once she was introduced, then everybody else had to take a back seat. That was no longer a Spider-Man movie after that. You do understand that, right? Everything, when she was first introduced, everything now was about her. It was no longer about Peter. It was no longer about Ned.
Villains.
Huh?
That's usually how it goes when a villain shows up. Yeah, you still have those.
No, she ate them.
Bro,
She ate it up. She ate up all that time.
You acting like 30 minutes in when Jean shows up possessing the old lady and the tanker. It's just all about Jean after that. Like we still got a lot of Peter stuff. We got Peter going to the party, crashing out. We got Peter going to talk to Banner. We got Peter and Frank like having their back and forth throughout the entire movie. Like MJ and Ned, they are not main characters in this movie. That's why they barely have any screen time.
Again, the previews, the trailer tells you otherwise, and that's why I was very disappointed.
Ned is barely in any of the trailers. Like even if you go back and watch the first trailer, I don't even think he's in that one. I don't think MJ's in the first trailer. We just really get like that super cut of like him going through the villains throughout the years and him talking to Metzger and Jean. That's in the first trailer. And then the final trailer is him reading the letter, and they show the scene where he takes MJ back home, and Ned's like, "Oh, the spider tracker says Spider-Man is nearby." And that's it.
It just wasn't a good movie. It just wasn't. It just wasn't. Man.
Okay, so I already gave it a 10 out of 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, Chris, what do you give it?
I give it a 4. Let's go with a 4.5. 4.5. Do better. Do better, Marvel. Do better. I have my shirt. I have my shirts. I have my memorabilia all over my place. Do better. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Listen to the fans. Listen to the fans, because the fans are going to go.
Yeah, the fans are loving this.
I don't understand how. I really don't. But, hey, man, I'm not here to convince anybody.
This is the Spider-Man movie people wanted. They wanted a miserable, broke Peter Parker.
You got him in the last half of the last one. And then even just the last 5 minutes of the movie, like, that set the tone. Like, yeah, he's alone now. Nobody knows who he is.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What a waste. What a waste.
Okay, now you're being dramatic. What did you think of He-Man?
That movie I had to turn off. It was not good. I didn't even watch it. It was not good. It's not a good movie. Why? And I knew it was going to be a bomb when I saw it. Like, when I saw the trailer. Like, this is going to be like the biggest bomb of the summer. And guess what? It's the biggest bomb of the summer.
No, that would be Moana.
Oh, that was?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's the second biggest bomb of the movie of the summer.
Nah, that would be The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Was it really? Listen, it was one of the bombs of the summer. It was not good. Yeah, like, again, who asked for this? Nobody asked for this. Nobody asked for it. You asked for a He-Man movie?
Bro, I still have my ticket right here.
Oh my gosh. This is, yeah.
June 9th. I can't see what time I went. 6:50, I want to say. Seat 9. I'm sorry, screen 9, seat 8. Shout out to Sinopolis.
Okay.
But 4.5 from Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Got left is Doomsday. Neither one of us is excited about that. And then, we got Secret Wars next year. So
Yeah,
they said
with no Marvel movies set next year. That's another thing too. There's only Secret Wars next year. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but we got 2 for 2028.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
1 for 2028. Did they announce the release date for Ghost Rider? Let me look this up real quick.
It's in 2028. I don't know when though. It's Ghost Rider, X-Men, and it's a third. Oh, Black Panther 3. It's 2028.
Whatchamacallit doesn't have a release date yet. X-Men.
I thought I thought that's when they were gonna do it. I thought I saw that.
Yeah, Ghost Rider is 2028, so we at least have 2.
Okay, we'll see. That's the only thing I'm kind of excited about because I'm a Ryan Gosling fan. So
yeah, but everybody's on the fence because Sean Levy's directing it. I'm like, what's wrong with Sean Levy?
Yeah, he's been directing he's directed quite a few good movies. Period.
Yeah, it's like Night at the Museum, The Adam Project, Free Guy, Deadpool, and Wolverine. It's like everybody, oh my God, Sean Levy's directed. Sean Levy is the reason why Stranger Things got made, right?
No, I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, he met with the Duffer Brothers and brought it to Netflix. He is an executive producer on Stranger Things, and he always directed at least 1 episode a season.
Oh wow, okay.
And it's usually like the 4th episode or something like that.
Did not know that. I really didn't. Oh boy.
But all I'm saying is, read credits. You'll know some stuff.
I just didn't know that. I'm not as thorough as you.
I get it. But thank you for joining me, Chris.
No problem. Anytime, man. Anytime. I miss being on here.
As long as you wake up.
Goodbye.
All right, man.
All
Have a
right.
good one.